Hello everyone. So today I'm going to make vegetable soup. I got some unusual for me, yellow beetroot. I wanted to make soup out of regular beetroots, but I bought a yellow one, and I'm going to see how it's going to come out at the end. So for my soup I have a bunch of vegetables, and I don't use any ready-to-use ingredients, so I'm going to do it from scratch. So I have my water boiling in the pot. After the water is going to reach the boiling point, I'm going to add meat. I am always using a skinless chicken, so I have my chicken already prepared from the freezer. I always buy like bunch of chicken legs and prepare them for later use. So while I'm cutting the vegetables, I am going to talk about the soup and how I'm going to make it. So for this soup, again, I don't do anything according to any recipe. So how my mother would say, I'm doing it na oko. Na oko means like add this, add that, and then taste it. So I have at least, I think I have 6 of the celery stalks. So I'm going to roughly cut them, and I will see what the size is at the end. I don't have like 1 inch or half an inch or whatever, as long or small as the knife goes. So I don't actually I don't care about the sizes of the cut vegetables, so just roughly cut it. And anyway, after you boil it, after you cook it, it's going to be good anyway. So that is my celery. I did have 5 carrots, so I already cut 3 of them, so I don't have to cut 5 carrots. And I love carrots. My fridge is always loaded with fresh vegetables. Sometimes I cheat because I buy frozen carrots, so that way if I'm in a hurry I can just open the package with frozen carrots, and that way I don't have to peel it and cut it. But that is for special occasions when I don't have any time. And making soups for me is like my my first inborn nature, I would say. I would call it that way, because I grew up with soup every single day, so I love every kind of soup, and the best ones are the vegetable soups. So in Poland, when we were growing up, the soup, every single day we had soup. Different kind, of course, every day, but soup. And the soup was something that was very rich, with some meat in it, a lot of potatoes, usually potatoes, and the vegetables that you usually either grew yourself in the garden, or if you had the ability to go to the store and purchase it, that's good. But not all Polish people were fortunate enough. So if you didn't have your garden, you didn't have your vegetables. So I do have some parsnip root, and I have 2 of them, but if I had only 1, I would use 1, and whatever I can find at the moment when I'm planning to cook, or if I crave soup, I'm going to use whatever I can find in my fridge. So I always love that I'm cleaning the fridge. Each time I create some soup is cleaning of my fridge. So yeah, if going back to the story, if you back in Poland, if you had your garden, you had your vegetables, and during the winter time, the root vegetables, they were the only ones that could survive the whole winter. So carrots, parsnip roots, beetroots, and a few others that could survive whole winter. Every single time you made soup in Poland, you use the same vegetables, with the addition of, you know, special, if you wanted to have pickle soup, you had pickle soup with addition of the pickles, but anything else was always the same. So all the soup, you will learn quickly that all the soups that I created, they always have the same vegetables in them, and you know, the only one different is going to be how I call the soup. So if I make mushroom soup, the only difference is going to be the mushroom in the soup. If I make cauliflower, it's going to be just, you know, addition of cauliflower at the end is going to make the difference. And other than that, the base is always the same. Some carrots, celery, parsnip, and onions or green onions, whatever I have in my fridge at the moment, I use. So again, you see, I'm cutting the parsnip like roughly. I'm not very particular how big or how small they are, and that way my soup is going to have that special Polish taste. Not taste, but even look. So after the water is boiled, I'm going to add my skinned chicken legs. I always have them packed and ready in my freezer. So I'm going to add 2 chicken legs, and that's going to be my base for the soup. And each time I want soup with meat, I add the meat, but sometimes I'm like, I don't want any meat because I am not meat eater. I mean, I do love meat, but once a week is enough for me. But my soups, I can eat 3 times a day. So yeah, I'm going to cook my soup every single day if I can, if I have time. So just bear with me. Okay, so I have my yellow beetroot. That was something new, and I wanted to try. I'm sure it's going to be the same taste but different color of the soup. Usually when I cook my soup with red beets, the color is kinda red or pink if I add my sweet cream at the end. But lately I am trying to cut on the fats and carbohydrates, because each time I go to my doctor says, oh, your A1C is elevated, is almost pre-diabetic, or it is pre-diabetic. So I am like freaking out, going back home and, you know, removing everything with the carbohydrates from my pantry. But a few months passes and then I'm like again, oh, I want potatoes, I want pasta, I want this, I want that, and it starts again. So yeah, skinless chicken. I learned already how to fast skin the legs of the chicken, so that way I am always prepared for my soup with the chicken without the skin. So yeah, my soup today is going to be without potatoes. If I would be in Poland, that would be, that it is must. Your soup always had to have potatoes. If not potatoes, then rice. If not rice, at least some pasta, because that was something that's supposed to fill you up and keep you, you know, satisfied for a longer time. But right now, when I have to be careful what I eat, I cut on carbohydrates, so no potatoes and as little of meat or meat without any fats, if I can remove all the fats. And that way I am trying to control my cholesterol and carbohydrates. So I have my beetroot, I have my carrots and the parsnip and celery. I'm also going to cut some green onions. If I don't have green onions, I usually get like half of my onion and chop my onion roughly, and that way I have the kind of sweet taste of the onion in the soup. But if you don't like onions, you don't have to do it. So for the soup, I'm going to cut the ends, the closer to the roots, the white parts of the green onions, and that's going to go to the soup and boil with, you know, everything else that I have prepared. And the green ends I'm going to chop and add it at the end when my soup is almost ready. So that way I'm going to have some green stuff, fresh green stuff floating, and enjoy the taste. But if you don't like green onions or onions, you can totally skip that step. Okay, so that is my onion for the soup, which I'm going to one by one add to the boiling water. So let me grab my meat, which is in the fridge now. So I have two chicken legs without skin, and I don't care about the size, just, you know, two chicken legs without the skin. And after my water is boiling, I'm adding the meat. My mother always said that whenever you cook soup with meat, you have to boil your water first and then add the meat. And I was like, why would you do that? Why you have to wait for it? And now I know why. Because if you want to have your soup clear, the broth to be clear, you need to do that. Otherwise, the proteins from the meat, they're going to make the soup a little bit kind of murky, and it doesn't change the taste of the soup, but it's about the clearness. But if I'm in a hurry, I don't care even about that. So I'm adding every vegetable that I cut it to the water that is boiling, and in 1 hour I am going to check how it tastes, and that way I will be able to share with you if I liked it or not. So I am adding my carrots, and later I will sprinkle with parsley and some green onions, but also I have prepared some salt and pepper and 1 bay leaf. I will just you know, add my spices to the pot, and after some time I'm going to just try and see if I need to add more salt or pepper, because I always you know, I do it to my taste, so I don't add a lot of salt at the beginning. I like to try it a few times and then adjust the taste. So I will check in 1 hour if my soup is ready, and I will let you know. See you later, bye. So I am back, the soup is ready, smells marvelous, and The taste is what I expected, even though my beetroot was yellow, tastes the same like the red one. So I'm going to have a taste. Oh my gosh, delicious. So I added a little bit of the green onions on top and some just, you know, parsley. I don't even cut it, just add it on top for the green color. So this is my soup, and I'm going to prepare one portion for my husband. So a lot of green onions and some parsley, more parsley, and we're going to go and enjoy it. So try it, and I hope you're going to enjoy it too. See you later, bye!